So with this reading, right, let me just show you the cards straight away. So these are the cards. As you can see, we've got the Queen of Cups, Temperance, Ace of Cups, the Moon, the Star, the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Tower. Now, I started off doing this reading as one for YouTube. I was talking for like 20 minutes and it deleted, so I'm not doing that again. So I thought, right, this is for TikTok instead. Yeah. Basically, this is a reading surrounding a connection. This is about this upcoming full moon eclipse that we have on Sunday the 7th, I believe. Basically, what I was getting from this, there's a lot of mirroring energy going on between two people here, whether this be a friend, a family member, a romantic partner, whatever. It's just somebody that you share an intense connection with, right? Water placements are very, very prominent here. Like, crazy prominent. Also, Aquarius is strongly here. But, like, the amount of water on these cards, if you go back and look at the cards, pretty much every single card, apart from a few, has water in it. Like, not just the sign of water, but, like, actually in the image there's water. And basically what's going on here is, like, there is an extremely healing, emotionally, like, enlightening conversation coming up here, like, between two people, right? This King and this Queen of Cups. So it feels like both people here are on their own journeys. Like, this doesn't feel like two people that are exactly intertwined in each other's lives, but their energy is intertwined, and there's a lot of mirroring going on, and there's a real healing conversation coming with this situation. Like, with the feminine energy, it doesn't matter the gender, but the Queen of Cups energy, this person is more like finding they're in a very, like, peaceful energy, like in the flow, allowing their emotions to flow, like feeling in tune with their emotions, feeling like just in kind of a more calm and stable place, right? Then we've got this King of Cups energy, so the masculine energy in this situation, again, doesn't matter the gender. They're in a more, like, anxious, overthinking, unstable kind of energy. Not that they're unstable, but, like, because these three came out together, the Nine of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Tower, right? And it feels like there's been an epiphany, sudden realization with this masculine energy surrounding, like, their own inner psyche, certain fears, certain, like, patterns, and just, like, there's been, like, a healing realization here. Like, there's been a realization around something that they're unhappy with that happened in this connection, like the way that things have played out here and, like, evolved, I want to say, like the way what this connection has become, it, like, saddens them. Like, there's just a sudden realization around, like, the practicalities of their life as well, like what they want to build, like where they're pouring their energy, like just loads of stuff for them. Like, there's a lot of realizations going on for them surrounding that. And there's also a lot of realizations for the, like, Queen of Cups energy, like the feminine energy. So whichever one you resonate with is up to you. Where it's like they're realizing more about, like, their own inner, like, peace, and feeling, like, more just in a flow of, like, accepting how they feel and not feeling, like, shame and guilt for how they feel. Like, even if it's like they might have carried a lot of anxiety around the depth of their feeling for this connection or for this person, like, because it's hurt them, if that makes sense. Like, there is a level of, like, shame for some reason around how deeply they feel things. But that's being worked through, and it's like finding a lot of peace and contentment for this Queen of Cups, like, whether this is you or them. There's a lot of peace being found, there's a lot of contentment being found, there's a lot of harmony being found, a balance, emotional balance. But ultimately, the star in the middle of this card, right, of this spread, the star card, ultimately there's things being illuminated here with this full moon in Pisces coming up, this lunar eclipse, right? So much is being brought to the surface, and I do feel like for this collective there's a conversation happening here where, because this King of Cups, it feels like it comes from this King of Cups, right? It might not, it might be different for everyone, obviously it's general, but like, this is so sudden, this King of Cups, like what they're realising, their emotions, it feels so sudden, and it feels just like shocking. Like the way that they're going to express themselves is going to be shocking to the Queen of Cups, like whichever one you are. I'm just going to talk to you like you're the Queen of Cups, right? Like the way this person is going to express themselves to you is going to shock you because you're not used to that from them. Like they've not ever expressed themselves to this capacity. There's going to be truths coming out around like what went on and why it went on, like why things turn out the way they did. Like with the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups, it's really giving like both of you truly expressing to the other person how deeply this affected you and why things turned out the way they did, why you acted in certain ways, why they acted in certain ways, how this hurt you, how this impacted you, how you'd hoped it'd turn out versus how it actually turned out, and how that affected you. Just so like an outpouring of emotion, like an overflow, Ace of Cups, an overflow of emotion about how you care about each other as well. Like there's so much love here. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but there's a lot of compassion, a lot of love, a lot of care between these two people. And ultimately this is going to bring healing in. Like there's going to be a level of peace found, is going to allow harmony to be restored, especially for this Queen of Cups energy. I feel like this King of Cups is dealing with their own stuff. They're at a different place where they're sort of still in this tower moment because they're having a lot of realizations like currently, like, but this Queen of Cups has been through that, it feels, and is in a more like harmonious place. And there's just going to be a lot of things illuminated, a lot of emotional expression that's going to feel quite sudden and shocking, like you're not going to see this coming. Even both of you don't see this coming because it's like it's just suddenly there's a conversation, like it seems pretty sudden, yeah. But yeah, ultimately there's healing coming in. Even just internally, you're going to feel in like, because I feel like I'm talking to, the collective I'm talking to is this Queen of Cups. I feel like you're going to feel a lot of harmonious energy, a lot of balance, a lot of emotional harmony, like over the next few weeks after this moon, this full moon, and even leading up to it, to be honest. But it's really going to help you to release like anxieties and fears and stuff like that have been weighing on you. And it's just you're gonna feel like very secure emotionally and very like safe to express your emotions. Whereas with this other person, it's more like they feel anxious and like there's a lot going on with them, and they just need to let it out, and they need to be honest, and they need to express themselves to you, and they need to have this conversation. But even though both of your current energies is different and your approach to this is different and your needs are different, ultimately it's going to be healing for both of you, and it's going to bring in a lot of clarity and a lot of healing and just peace between you two. Like if there's been conflict, there's going to be peace here, like just feeling emotionally peaceful with the situation, how it's like what it's become, where that hasn't been the case before. Like it's felt like there's been disharmony, but because this is being talked about and brought to the surface, brought to the light, it's gonna restore peace. So that's the message. This full moon is a big one. Lunar eclipse in Pisces. Expect to hear from someone